So when it comes to trading, it's all about setting the right expectations on what you're going to be dealing with. In the last 2 days, we've kind of seen a lot of choppiness in the market, but the market overall had a bullish sentiment. People that are biased with their trades often see negative results, and here in StockX, we look at things from black and white. We review our insights by looking at gamma and studying this, understanding a little bit about option premiums, so we know exactly which route the market will take. As a result, our mentorship route is focused on results and consistency. We ensure that all of our members are learning and growing at the same time, and the only way to achieve this really is to provide continuous mentorship content, one-on-one coaching, and helping our traders understand the complexities with the trading environment. So in today's session, we will go over what happened in today's trading journey. We'll go over our prediction, and we will share with you guys a little bit about where we see a couple of stocks moving forward. If you guys watched our last video, we had a successful day yesterday, and today we once again had another successful day, as we had predicted that the market would be bullish right off the bat here. So let's get into it. So today, we pretty much started off our day like always with our War Room report. Now, this report is essential to our success because it gives us a breakdown of understanding the complexities of the S&P 500, understanding when it's going to be in sideways, when it's going to be bullish, by looking at specific ranges. Okay, so today we had set the tone that the market would be bullish at 60.90 and bearish under 60.60. These ranges give us an idea of where our bias should be leaning towards in those situations. If the market is trading in the specific range, then we know exactly that there will be less volatility as well. So we also knew that the neutral range was between 60.80 and 60.90. Now, going into the market, one of the reasons why we were bullish this day was because of the fact that our neutral gamma was above where the pre-market move on the SPX was. So if you guys look at our analysis that we posted on Twitter, we posted early in the morning before market open that we expect a rally today. Okay, so we were very concrete on our projections, and we pretty much specified that is showing a tight distribution, the call gamma, and we are likely to see a breakout beyond 6100, and that was the key here. Okay, we share our prediction here as well. We can especially see a rally today, especially if the S&P 500 gets above 1690, and we shared our levels over here, which are time stamped. Now, one thing about our levels here as well, you can see that the SPX for today started off very slow and pretty much opened near our neutral gamma. The pre-market low, as you guys can see right over here, was at 60.66. Okay, so that's where the pre-market low was. The market later opened up over here. There was a lot of chop in our neutral range between 60.70 and 60.90. Sorry, it was supposed to be a little bit higher. So between 60.80 and 60.90, it was pretty much trading there. And what we first did here is that we decided to get calls. Okay, so the first trade that we had taken today was the 6100 call at 2.5, and I mentioned that I would hold all day because I see the likelihood that the market will see a lot of strength. Similarly, in our free chat, we gave our SPY calls as well, and we mentioned that it's going to be a hold all day. So for the small players, we said the 600 call can work, and this is a trade that we were watching. Sorry, this was way back. Okay, so 603 call was what we were watching, and that we firmly believe that this play could essentially work here. Okay, so this ended up hitting our target at around 1. So a lot of people that were playing that SPY 607 or SPX made a lot of money. Okay, so 6100 right over there, and we tried to get NVIDIA calls, didn't really fill. and we managed to get out at 150%. Okay, now the thing here is that when we hit that target, we basically sold at this level 1 bullish test here, and that was a great sell because this here is our inflection point around the 6102. We took our profits, we saw a little bit of a dip, and we were approaching near the end of the day. That's why we decided to get our profits. We added an arm swing, and we took another SPX 6100 call here. The interesting thing about this as well was that we placed an order to buy 6100 call at 50 cents at first, but then I decided to change that to 0.9 instead, and we got the fill. And although it was down around 50% at that time, the perfect ideal fill was actually at 0.5, and had we had waited for that, we would have made a massive return. We pre-announced the Tesla 400 put at 1.2. Those went up 50% as well. So as you guys can see in the room today, a lot of people had green days. You know, very few had a red day. Not everyone did the survey, but overall, the room is banking here as well. So we called out a Tesla. So 2 SPX trades that went beyond 100%, a Tesla put, a ARM calls, and those ARM calls also gave 30%. Okay. And on our tracker over here, we have seen a lot of levels of consistency, and even though all those trades are hitting my minimum standard 50%, you can see that everything's working alongside there. Now, besides all that here, you can see that the room is continuously winning. A lot of people are seeing those green days because of the trades and all the model. So this is one thing you definitely want to take a look. So after this pullback over here, the market had a sudden rally near at the end of the day here. Now, what does this entirely mean, and what does this entail? So the thing here is that the market is managed to break above my 6110. So it's very possible that we could see 6151. Now, the thing to remember here is that the JP Morgan collar roll is around 6150 and 6160 range. Okay, so you may see a lot of resistance in the S&P 500 at this specific zone. Now, the thing to remember here is that we've been hearing a lot of Trump news. You know, today Trump was speaking at the World Economic Forum, and right when his speech started is when the S&P 500 really started to run and break out. Okay, so he signed an executive order to release the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files as well, and we're continuously getting more updates about that. So we believe that there's more files to come, and those files can definitely impact the overall market sentiment. So that's important to remember as well. The only key risk that we have for tomorrow has to involve the Bank of Japan rate announcement. So it's expected that they're going to be raising rates. I don't think that you should see the market really drop if it does raise rates, but if they go beyond the 25 basis point expectation, then it could potentially be a big problem moving forward. Okay, and that's kind of interesting to note here because SPX, did have a last minute rally, and based on how the premiums are pricing in, you can see, I do believe that you're most likely to see 6150 happen here before moving lower here. Okay, so another awesome play is that we got out of our meta calls yesterday. I explained it to you guys that level 2 bullish confirms the trend. You can see that this was literally the same arrows in my last video. I explained that we wanted to wait for the dip. You got that dip, and boom, you start to see an explosion right off the bat here. Same thing happened to ARM earlier here. So ARM pretty much hit our level 2, pulled back. Didn't get a chance to get a calls on this because I just simply missed it. But overall, you see this massive explosion. The reason for this has to do with the SoftBank news, where they're providing funding and they're a big part of that. So this looks bullish here, and I like to see the last minute close here. Okay, so Tesla is showing a strong resilience at our level 1 bearish, which is meant to be a strong support. If it breaks under 407, pre-market, you could possibly see 399. That's what we're going to be looking at that as well. Nvidia as well managed to get above our estimated weekly high, exploded in our bullish breakout zone. And what we're looking to see here is if you can get through 148. The 150 calls are also there as well. Broadcom for now is stuck in our chop range, so we're not really playing this for now. And we spoke about Meta, so the MSTR is still in our chop range. It hasn't hit on any of our flexion points, but we definitely like calls for next week if it can hit 350. The reason why we like that is because the thing that has to do with Bitcoin, all that is the news. So we want to see a little bit of a pullback before jumping into next week, because Trump has not spoken about the overall crypto executive orders or pretty much the entire details. So we want to see if this goes to 350. Cat had a very nice day here. It went to a high at around 410, so we're watching that as well. And today, pretty much what the Davos speech that Trump gave, he pretty much talked about using all necessary resources to help America run on all cylinders is key, and lowering taxes. That's pretty much what drove UPSD up, because UPSD ran up all the way to my level 3 bullish at 69, and it ran because Trump also made a statement saying that he's going to urge a rate cut, and that's what caused that stock to pretty much spike. So very interesting to see. We see that QQQ looks like it's headed to 535, so we're going to be watching that as well moving forward. So overall, I'm bullish on the semiconductor space, and I still see major weakness in Tesla. The problem with Tesla has to do with a lot of the Doge department seeing basically people leave. You got Vivek Ramaswamy, and you got their most recent lawyer that has also departed from the organization as well. If Elon Musk was to get the boot from the organization, you can see a big drop here. And what we're watching on Tesla tomorrow is to see if it gets under 405 first, because if it does, it can test these two key supports. Our estimated weekly lows around 395, and if news does kick in, then you can best believe that Tesla will drop 10 points and possibly more off that zone here. So I hope you guys liked this informative session today. We are very consistent with all the trades, and we provide a lot of insight to all the team, so that way members see success. This is a results orientated room. It's not like any other room that you see that sells you alerts and then forgets about you. We are in the business to ensure that your success is our success, and that's how we evaluate our performance in StockX mentorship program. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, and like always, let's get that money.